And now, another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Bon Voyage, written for Suspense by Murray Burnett.
I looked at my watch. It was 6:16 of a Friday evening. I knew I had exactly 17 minutes before Hank Wilson, the night watchman of the bank, would be somewhere near the front door. I took a quick look around the office, turned the nameplate which said Alec Thompson face down on my desk, and closed the ledger on the Garrison estate for the last time. Then I opened the box containing my new sports jacket, took out the jacket, opened the right-hand drawer of my desk, and proceeded to fill the box with bundles of crisp new banknotes totaling $200,000. I packed them neatly in the box, getting a tremendous surge of satisfaction as each bundle slipped into place. Each bundle represented a neat withdrawal from the Garrison estate, which I was handling for the Intercity Guarantee and Trust Company. A withdrawal which would take them a few months to unravel when I didn't return from my 2-week vacation. I carefully tied the twine around the suit box, exactly as it had been tied. As I put on the exceptionally loud sports jacket, which the box had contained, I glanced again at my watch. Plenty of time. I walked over to the closet door, opened it, and looked at myself in the mirror. I knew it was foolish, but I couldn't resist patting myself on the back. The jacket covered my business suit jacket perfectly. No one could see that I was wearing a jacket over a jacket. And then, satisfied that I had left no loose ends, I closed the closet door, turned, walked to my office door, opened it, and started down the long corridor leading to the street and escaped for me with $200,000. I looked at my watch again. It was 6:29. I was 4 minutes early, but Hank would be within earshot. I decided I couldn't wait. Hank! Hank!
Coming, Mr. Thompson.
As I heard him start down the corridor toward me, his footsteps kept time with my heart. I had staked everything on my knowledge of Hank Wilson and his habits. But I knew he was supposed to look in the box that I carried under my arm.
In just a moment, we will return for the second act of Suspense.
How would you like to be a successful farmer? Naturally, all of us would like to be successful in anything, particularly in our chosen field. But say you are a successful farmer and you have one or two successful neighbors. However, there are other neighboring farmers who, for one reason or another, are not successful. Farmer Adams was hit by a flash flood coming out of the hills. And Brown and Fisher, though they're hard workers, just don't have the knowledge to make a farm pay off. What would you and your successful neighbors do? Would you sit back and allow the other farms to go under, no matter what hardship it might cause to the families? Would you say, let them fail, we'll buy them out when they're broke? Perhaps one of your neighbors might say that, but would you? Or would you go over and help Adams rebuild his farm? And would you go over to Brown and Fisher and say, look, neighbor, you're not planting the right thing here. It's not right for your soil. Let me show you what you can plant. Of course, unless you were greedy, that's what you would do. Throughout the world, that is what the Food and Agriculture Organization is doing. It is an agency of the United Nations, which is man's best hope for the world's welfare, peace, and justice.
All through working, Mr. Thompson?
All through, Hank.
You're all set for your vacation?
Mm-hmm.
On the same place you did last year up at the lake?
Same place.
Wife and kid, too?
Oh, they're already up there.
I think after 5 years I'd be able to put my hand on the right key fast, wouldn't you? see you're in sort of a hurry, too.
Oh, that's all right, Hank. I've got time.
Now, look, Mr. Thompson, you can't kid me.
What do you mean?
I've been around here too long not to know exactly what goes on. I know how anxious you are to get out of this place and up to the lake.
Oh, well, Hank, I guess I've got to admit that you're right.
I found it.
Yes?
This. What you got it?
Oh, this? Well, it could be $200,000.
Maybe $1 million.
Yes, could be.
You know the rules.
Oh, yes, I know them. You're supposed to examine every package going out of here.
That's my job. But I've seen your old jacket often enough. Hey, looking at that new one you're wearing blinds me.
No, you still don't approve? Huh?
Look, everybody to his own taste, I always say. But that sure is a wild jacket for you, Mr. Thompson.
Well, I'll open it if you want. Let you take a peek at my other jacket.
Oh, you know, I was just kidding. You're okay, Mr. Thompson.
Whatever you say.
Like I said before, I've been around here too long not to know just what goes on. You're just lucky Bill Hagen isn't on duty tonight.
Oh, don't think I don't know it.
Bill's a stickler for all the rules. I don't have to tell you. You know how Bill is.
Oh, yes, I know just how he is.
Well, so long, Mr. Thompson. Have yourself a real good vacation.
Oh, thank you, Hank. I'm sure I will now. I walked into the night with a box containing $200,000 under my arm. I looked at my watch, 6:33. Plenty of time. 11 minutes to my apartment in a cab, 10 minutes more to clean up the apartment, pick up my luggage, transfer the money to a special case I had made for it, and even with traffic, not more than 27 minutes to the dock and the steamship Concordia, which was waiting to take me to a brand new and wonderful life.
Attention, please. All ashore that's going ashore. Visitors
I looked out over the scene from the very topmost deck of the Concordia, liking everything I saw, thinking that in a very few minutes the city would be lost to view in the little wisps of fog that were already beginning to curl about the deck. And as I looked, Celia came walking down the deck. And as always, when I saw her, she created a moment of excitement in me. She stood a few feet away from me, and then she said,
Exciting, isn't it? I said, it's exciting, a ship sailing.
well, it's something to live for a moment like this.
Your first trip?
Yes, very first.
Then I can't ask you if that whistle means we're sailing.
Well, I imagine it's a warning whistle.
I won't believe it until we're actually moving.
No, we will be in a few minutes.
A few minutes. I still can't believe that in only a few minutes those buildings, the city, will slide away from you forever.
And you won't be sorry?
No. No. Oh, Alec, darling.
Celia, stay where you are. Will you do as I tell you?
We're alone. There's no one but us here on this deck.
Look, we are not supposed to know each other. We're to meet casually aboard ship. Now, that is the way I've planned it.
I have to know. Is everything all right?
Everything is fine.
You're sure?
Yes, fine. Everything is fine.
But I don't mean just the money. Your wife and son.
Look, I have told you. I have done all that I can for them. Now, that is settled.
And you're not sorry? No regrets?
No regrets. For the past 5 years, I have been mixing up the books of the Garrison estate so that I could take $200,000 in cash and be sure that the cleverest bookkeeper will take months to unravel it. But when I made this decision, I worked everything out, every detail perfect. Now, nothing is going to spoil it now.
We're on our way. Just two strangers meeting aboard ship.
Meeting a little prematurely, perhaps.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. We're talking about the sailing. We don't know each other.
Well, then let's keep it that way, shall we?
All right.
This is strictly a vacation. Now, as soon as we sail, we should arrange about our tables in the dining room.
Aren't we going to sit at the same table?
No. It is care that pays off. It's the little things that can trip you.
All right, Alec. Anything you say.
Celia, I love you. And we are going to have a life that we want. But only if we remember that it is the little things that count, the tiniest little things. It's because I was so careful, so exacting about every detail that we got this far. Because I figured everything out. Because
Alec, what is it?
Oh, no.
Alec, what's wrong?
A little thing, a tiny, stupid little thing.
What thing? Alec, tell me, please.
What can I do?
Alec, what is it?
What?
What's the matter?
What's the matter? Just happened to think of it. Last night at my apartment, I was checking over everything for the last and final time. And I put it down on a piece of scrap paper. And then I threw the paper in the basket.
That paper, what did you put on it?
The cost of our tickets for this trip.
Only that? Well, you gave me a terrible scare. I couldn't imagine.
Celia, you don't understand. They will search my apartment. When they find the money missing from the office, they'll search everywhere. And they will find that little piece of paper.
But there are only numbers on it. No one will know what they mean.
The police will. They will figure out exactly what those numbers mean. The price of 2 one-way trips to France.
By that time, we'll be safe.
No, not as safe as I'd planned. As soon as they find out that we went to France, they are halfway to us. According to my figuring, it would have taken them a month to know that we went first to France. Now that piece of paper ruins everything.
You could be wrong, Alec.
Why did I do such a stupid thing? A little thing like that, just a rotten little thing.
Please, attention, all passengers. Due to the fog, the sailing has been delayed 3 hours.
Alec, are you...
Any passenger wishing to go ashore may do so, but must be back aboard at least 1 hour before sailing time.
2 hours.
No, Alec.
2 hours.
Please.
It's fate. It's luck.
Don't try it, Alec, please.
Why not? I can get that paper and be back here
It's
before...
wrong.
It couldn't be more right for us. 2 hours. Plenty of time. 2 hours. Celia, I am just going to the apartment and I'll be right back.
In a moment, we will return for the third act of Suspense.
This is Jim Amici. Are you from Delaware? Did you know this state was named after Sir Thomas West? Perhaps it'd be easier to understand if we told you that Sir Thomas West was Lord Delaware. Delaware has the lowest elevation of any state. On this lowland are grown a wide variety of fruits and vegetables that help make Delaware a pioneer in food canning. Fishing also is very important to the economy of the small state. Delaware's poultry farms supply chickens to many of the large eastern markets. The Blue Hen State is important for the manufacture of chemicals, textiles, and paper. Its port of Wilmington was the site of the launching of the first iron seagoing propeller-type vessel. Delaware, the first state to sign the Constitution of the United States, has contributed much to the heritage of America. In the years ahead, Delaware will add much to America's future.
I was lucky. Everything worked as planned. I congratulated myself for not throwing away the keys to my apartment when I left. I was going to reserve that pleasure until we were far out at sea. I opened the door, and as soon as I did, I knew that something was wrong. The light was on.
Oh, hello, Alec. Well, what's the matter, Alec? Why, you're absolutely white. Were you frightened because all the lights were on?
Helen,
Are you all right, dear?
All right? Yes. Well, what are you doing here? Why...
I left Ted with some friends at the lake. Thought I'd keep you company in the trip up there tomorrow. This is a surprise, isn't it, Alec?
Yes, Helen, it is quite a surprise.
You sure you're all right?
Yes.
There's nothing wrong.
Look, will you stop asking me the same thing over and over? I'm all right. There's nothing wrong. I'm all right.
You don't have to shout, Alec. Well, why are you looking at your watch?
I am not shouting. I just didn't expect to find you here, that's all.
You sound like you're sorry.
Believe me, it's not that.
Then what?
Well, Helen, you shouldn't have left Ted up at the lake alone. You ought to get on the next train going back there.
Ted's in good hands.
With strangers.
Friends, I told you, George and Edna Summers. Now, you know how fond they are of Ted.
Just the same.
Oh, you're such a worrier, concerned about the littlest thing.
Well, you can't be too careful.
Ted's all right. Will you stop worrying about him? When we get up to the lake tomorrow, you'll see.
Helen.
Yes?
Helen, I'm not going up with you tomorrow.
What?
You'll have to go without me.
Well, then there is something wrong. Now, what is it, Alec?
Well, I haven't got all night to stand here and answer ridiculous questions.
Look, now, maybe you'll feel better after a cup of coffee. I've got some on the stove.
No, I don't want it. Yes, Helen, maybe you're right. Coffee would be a good idea, I guess. I had an idea now. It would take her a little while to prepare the coffee. And at least she was out of the room. I went right to my desk, got the waste paper basket underneath it, and started to look through it. It wasn't there. I looked at my watch again. It was still all right. I had an hour, but time was getting close. And while I was still looking through the basket, Helen came back.
Alec, what are you doing?
Did you take something out of this basket?
No. Now, here's your coffee. Well, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a piece of paper with figures on it. You sure you didn't see it around?
Positive. Now, what can be so important about a piece of paper?
Because it's important. Wait a minute. Here it is, under the desk.
That's what you wanted?
Yes.
Well, thank goodness. Now, maybe you'll sit down and have your coffee in peace.
What?
Well, why do you keep looking at your watch?
I have an appointment.
Alec, I want to know what's going on.
Nothing is going on. I just didn't expect you home, so I made an appointment.
I don't mean just that. You said you're not going up to the lake tomorrow. Well, why? And that piece of paper you were so frantic about. Alec, what is it?
All right, Helen, all right. I guess I might as well tell you everything now. There is something going on. It's the office.
But you're on vacation.
Well, it's 8:20, and I have an appointment.
With whom?
With the man who's talking about going into the investment business with me, and I'm supposed to spend the weekend with him at his place out on the island.
Never mentioned this before.
Well, it's a deal that I've been working on for a long time. I didn't want to say anything until it was all set.
You wanted to surprise me?
Yes. I've been on edge about it, too. That's why I was upset when I found you here.
And the piece of paper?
They're confidential figures that I needed.
Well, I won't say I'm not disappointed, but if this deal means so much...
It means everything, Helen. It's my one big chance. If this falls through, I'll never have another. I know that. If I fail now, I'll be stuck the rest of my life. And, Helen, look, just in case I don't get up to the lake by Monday, don't you worry.
But you said the weekend.
Well, it may take longer. I sent you a letter up at the lake telling you all about it. You would have gotten it in the morning. I didn't want you to think that something had happened to me when I didn't show up tomorrow.
But, Alec...
Helen, trust me. Believe me.
Why shouldn't I trust...
Helen. I absolutely cannot be late.
I'll get it.
No, let me. Hello. Yes, I'm just leaving. Yes, I found it. No, there's nothing to worry about.
Who is it?
Oh, that's right, Mr. Sanders. I'll be there on time. I'm sorry to rush out, darling, but believe me, this is vital. I was out. I was on the street. I had over 50 minutes to get to the boat. The telltale slip of paper was in my pocket. There was no cab around. Right next door was a bar. Would I have time for a drink? I needed one. I looked in. There was only one other customer. That was perfect. I went in. Brandy, please, and I'm in a hurry.
Okay, bud.
Now, what do I owe you?
90 cents.
I'll keep the change. Thanks.
Just a second,
All right,
fella.
now, excuse me, but
Both of you, get your hands on the bar. You guessed it. This is sticker.
Now, look, I've got to get out of here. Take my money, but let me go.
The guy with the gun gives the orders, pal. Relax and hand over your wallet.
All right, but just give me money for cab fare.
You sure
Will
nervous.
you please give me a break?
I'm giving it to you. You ain't hurt? Now, both of you, take off your pants.
What?
Don't give me no trouble. Off with your pants and lay down on the floor. I don't want to be in no hurry when I walk out of here.
Now, listen, please, listen to me. You've got to listen to me. I am sailing for Europe. Look, here is my passport. I have to make a boat.
This is one boat you're going to miss, pal.
I can't. Now, look, how much did you make in here? A couple of $100?
Not as good as that. You only have 70 in your wallet.
Well, I'll give you $1,000.
What?
I swear it. I will give you $1,000 if you'll just come to the boat with me.
How do I know you're on the level?
Now, here, you can hold my passport. Well, here, take it. But please, let's get out of here and get a cab. I have got to make that boat.
$1,000?
I promise you. But we have got to get there before the boat sails, or else I won't have the money.
Okay, pal. You got a deal.
In just a moment, we will return for the concluding act of Suspense.
It's only natural for a married man to see that his family has the best of everything. He also does what he can to make sure that they will be well taken care of, should anything happen to him. Congress has been concerned with this problem, too. The result? Passage of the Servicemen's and Veterans Survivor Benefits Act. Worry doesn't make for the best a man can give, whether he's a military man or a civilian. And this act is another way in which your government can help to brighten your family's future. What do you know about the Servicemen's and Veterans Survivor Benefits Act?
Don't be one of those who just take it for granted, who haven't the time to find out about its various aspects. Do right by your family. Know what benefits they're entitled to. The Servicemen's and Veterans Survivor Benefits Act is worth investigating. Get acquainted with it.
We walked out of the bar. The man with the gun wouldn't run. I looked at my watch. 46 minutes. Well, there was plenty of time. Half hour to the boat, the most. And there'd be time to get him on board, give him his 1,000, get rid of him. I even began to enjoy the situation. It wasn't likely that he'd report anything to the police. Well, we made good time. And then we were in my stateroom.
Okay, pal. Where is it?
It's right here. I'll get it for you. I just have to open this bag.
Never mind. Just hand me the bag.
What?
I said just hand me the bag.
But you want the $1,000? It's in here. I have to take it out and get...
I'll take your word for it, pal. Just hand over the bag.
Look, wait a minute. You can't take it.
Listen, pal. That whistle will blow. It'll cover the sound of any shot. Now, are you going to give me the bag?
All right, here. Here it is.
Thanks, pal. You're being real smart. On Voyage.
All right, get me the purser, quickly. Hurry. Who is it?
Me, Celia.
Well, come in.
What is it? What happened? I heard voices in here. What are you doing on the phone?
Nothing. I'm not doing anything on the phone.
Who was the man in here with you?
A hold-up man.
Hold-up man?
Yes. He took the $200,000.
But you were going to stop him. You were going to call...
Yes, I was, but how do I do it? Do I tell the purser or the captain that there's $200,000 in cash in the bag that man is taking off the ship? No, Celia, we're trapped.
We're moving, Alec.
Now, what's the difference? We're not going anywhere.
Suspense.
You've been listening to Bon Voyage, written for Suspense by Murray Burnett. Heard in tonight's story were Bob Readick as Alec and Rita Lloyd as Celia, with Mary Moore as Helen, and Joseph Julian, Dan Ocko, and Alan Manson. Listen again next week when we return with Report from a Dead Planet by George Bamber, another tale well calculated to keep you in...
Suspense.
Suspense has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.